that I feel like, I literally feel like my soul is a blend of like purple and teal all wrapped up together. Like those colors embody who I am as a person. Um, I don't know. I know some people actually see in color. Like I know some people that's their gifts. Like when they think about a person, they actually see a color come to mind. So I'd be curious for any folks who are like that, or anybody that feels like they have a particular color. Comment below. What is the color of your soul? I'm actually really curious to see what people say.
So I wanted to do a little bit of like a get ready with me thing. I want to start to really have more conversation and dialogue here on Mia Zamar's channel about beauty and about how we experience beauty. I feel like putting on makeup is a little bit of our morning routine to put on our armor kind of thing. And I felt like it's a great opportunity to also have conversation about what do we do? Like how are we ensuring to protect our energy, protect ourselves, and really allow ourselves to be healing in that process. So I figured we can have dialogue with each other and hopefully learn from each other. And also I was like, let's do a get ready with me so we can, share some makeup tips and tricks while we do that. I always feel like I trip up on saying the name of this, but I think it's Palo Santo. I love it because it smells like Jamaica to me. Like it literally smells like, I'm from the countryside, so it reminds me of home. I know for a lot of folks, it's more of a use for clearing energy. I smelled it once and fell in love because I was like, ooh, home. This is just all kinds of home. Ah! And I love lighting both and including some sage in the mix. Just, for me, sage is really good for like meditative purposes. Woo! What is that? It's gonna be an interesting outtake. Why is it popping?
Getting old.
Ooh. I love sage for like meditative purposes. I like to light it and have the smell and kind of just focus on it. I don't know why it's popping like that. It's my first time seeing it do that. So I'm hoping to just do something real simple with my look for today. Real simple. Can I see myself? I like to be simple and just, fill my brows in with powder. At least for daily life. I feel like I'm just one of those people who like photo shoot makeup and everyday makeup are different experiences for me. My everyday makeup tends to be a little bit more, in my opinion at least, on the subtle tip. So, easier just to use some powder to fill it in. I'm curious, like, what is your makeup thing that you need? Like, you have to have, like, your brows or your lipstick or whatever. Like, what's your thing? It literally just feels so good in lipstick that it feels like my own personal armor. I I love wearing different colors. The bolder, the better. Sometimes it's real bold and people are like, oh, I like your lip color. And I'm like, I don't remember what color I have on. But it still makes me feel good. It feels like there's a difference. I recently went to the spa and you needed to be naked to be in the spa. Which is actually a very interesting experience, I must say. But I was like, I'm still gonna wear lipstick though. Because I don't know, like, even when I'm naked, if I have lipstick on, I feel like I'm not naked. Like, I feel like I still feel covered in some way. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's how it feels for me. So I really try to maintain that for myself. And lipstick is definitely number one. I don't like to get my eyebrows done, so I think eyebrows are number two. And then mascara is probably number three. As long as that is happening, I'm good to go. I feel like I'm like a bad makeup artist when I admit this, but like I don't wear primer on the daily. I only wear primer if I'm going to like an event or I'm like gonna be out for the whole day. Like when I know that it's worth it. But just for like simple things like running out for a second, it's not really a thing. It's like with each stroke, I feel a little bit more relaxed. I feel like I breathe a little bit more. I center myself a little bit more. I connect with myself a little bit more. And by the time I'm done doing my makeup, you know, sometimes 15 minutes later, sometimes 45 minutes later, depends on how I feel that day. It's like I'm so much more ready for the world just because I took that time for me in the morning. The time that I wasn't spending thinking about anybody else or anything else. And I feel like that is pretty much why I wear makeup, is like for the time that I take to put it on. I hate taking it off though. I always feel so bad. I'm like, ooh, it's so pretty, I don't want to take it off. I feel like makeup is an art form, right? And I think all art forms, we all have individual reasons why we do it. Like it brings different things to each of our lives. Some people, it brings nothing to their life and they never do it, which is cool too. But for those of us who love it, I'm always curious, like, why? Do you remember the first time? Like, when was the first time you got introduced to makeup? What was that like for you? How did you fall in love with it? And what has it done for your life since? I feel like my first time, feels like I'm talking about losing my virginity. It's like my first time, whatever. Anywho, I feel like my first time that I really started thinking about makeup and beauty was watching my older sister do it. I was like, what is she doing? What is all that? But I was like, I love it. It's so pretty. I want it too. And that's kind of how the journey began. Just sitting on the toilet, watching her do hers. I feel like that changed my life. So I'm always curious, like, how different people were introduced to it. And I started out real slow. I was one of those people who were just like, just wore liner for a while. Then just mascara, you know. On some realness, though, am I the only person that like wears glasses and tries to put on makeup but can't really see their face because they wear glasses? Is it just like my struggle? I'm sure it happens, y'all. Comment below and let me know if you ever have to go through that. I wear glasses, struggle, and I can't really see my face. Because it's real. I'm thinking about like what makeup means to different people, because I feel like makeup, even in and of itself, is like cultural, you know? Like depending on what culture you're from, your relationship with makeup is different. And I feel like in some cultures, makeup is inherently a really spiritual experience, where in some cultures, it can be one that's inherently a really vain experience, like, in just how people are socialized. I think that sometimes we're socialized to think makeup is inherently, like, a really feminine experience. So, I'm always curious about, like, what it means to different people. I feel like there's this book I really like, and it's called Big Magic: Creative Living Beyond Fear. And one of the things I really like about that book is she talks about like creativity, like how much we need creative spaces, we need to be creative. And I feel like it's really one of those things that we don't get encouraged enough to do. And I feel like that's part of what makes the makeup experience for me so spiritual, is like having a creative release, pretty much. My mom gave me this Avon mascara, and I'm like, yay for free shit. I'm into it. I'm like that though. I'm not really like a brand person. Like, I'm more into what results I get, and sometimes bigger brands give better results. Sometimes they don't. I think mascara is one of those things where I'm not really like, I'm into mascara, but I'm not necessarily into like brand name mascara. Like, I've tried it. You know, Sephora gives out free shit all the time, but it's not really that big of a deal to me. Where I feel like my foundations, y'all know Black Girl Life. Foundations, we can't just do anything. Even though there are some drugstore foundations that are pretty good. But I feel like if I'm going to go with a foundation that is a little bit more cost effective, then I'm going to do like a Black Opal or like an Iman or something like that. Something that's really made specifically for like melanated skin. That's important to me. But I think that there's an aspect of makeup that's just about play, you know, like allowing ourselves play in our life. And I think play is also one of those things that are deeply spiritual, but and important to our life, but is made to seem like it's not that important. Like, part of growing up, you're expected to let go of all the play in your life. For me, makeup is part of my play. I wish that, like, as adults, we were taught to prioritize joy and play more. Because creativity and play is what makes everything else that we do possible, you know? Can't have one without the other. Because if we're not caring for ourselves, if we're not rejuvenating ourselves, then how are we gonna have the mental space the emotional space, the spiritual space, the physical space to do all the hard work that we do. If we're not being creative, how will we be innovative, you know? So I think it's necessary. It's needed. And it looks like different things for different people. For me, it's in beauty, it's in artistry, it's in photography, it's in videos, it's in entrepreneurship. For someone else, they find it somewhere else, and that's totally okay. I just think it's important that we find some space in our life to remain creative, because we need it. I think that human beings inherently are creators. Like, that's what we do. We create things. It's part of what makes us beautiful. And I think we should prioritize it more. So I like to call it like painting my face. Sometimes we're like, oh, I'm gonna beat my face. That's like not necessarily the term that I like to use. I'm like, I'm gonna paint my face. Because for me, that's what I'm doing. I'm painting my face. And it feels good to me to do it. You know what's not gonna feel good? Washing it off. I already know I'm gonna be like crying. I'm like, how long can I keep this on? Because I don't want to wash it off. Sometimes I don't want to wash my face off, and I'm like, can I sleep in this? And I remember I want to have great skin. This is my powder that I usually use. I'm always open to changing it, but this is one I've been using for like some time now. I'm actually out of this one, so I'm due for a Sephora run. I'm like not one of those people. I used to be who stockpile makeup. When I first started and like YouTube first became a thing, I used to be like, I used to have everything. As I've grown into myself, I kind of like, I have my work kit and I have my personal, kind of keep them separate. And then I kind of just more or less buy what I need, what I need it. When I'm like completely out, I'll go get something else. But I don't know. I've grown. The more I grow into myself as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as an adult, the more I see myself growing into a minimalist, which is really strange coming from me, because like I'm extra as fuck. So it's kind of like, but I guess, I don't know, it's part of life. I'm actually pretty simple when I let myself just be myself. I just like both things, you know? You can be simple and also like colorful things at the same time, or simple and like it both. It's just chapstick or an eyeliner to create the look like I'm really wearing makeup. Sometimes I do that. Chapsticks, because you know, gotta keep the lips moist, especially in the wintertime. But when I'm doing eyeshadow, if I'm going to do lashes, then I'll put my lashes on and I'll put my eyeliner on. But if I'm putting on eyeshadow and I'm not doing lashes, I'm kind of like, but do I need this eyeliner though? I don't know. But lashes changes the complete look. So if I'm going to be going somewhere that I think, you know, I want to be cute for, I'll put on some lashes. I love this purple. It's actually a New Zealand purple. It's called Relevant. It's from our Affirm collection, which I created because I really wanted makeup that felt like a little self-love letter, you know? And I'm wearing this, I'm like, yes, I'm relevant. My beauty is relevant. So these are the little things I do to affirm myself, and I hope to share it with the world so that y'all can also have access to it. But I love it because it's liquid, it's matte, it stays on all day. So once you put it on, it's here to stay. And it's like, it doesn't dry your lips, it's smooth. And this is one of our top sellers. So I feel good about that, knowing that other folks enjoyed it as much as I do, because I love it.
What do y'all do to adorn yourself? Like, do you feel like it's makeup, or is there oils you use, or is it how you do your hair or your jewelry? What is your adornment process? I know it's different for everyone. Sometimes I thought about my statement necklaces. Like, I could wear no makeup, put some sconce on a statement piece, and I'm like, yes, you can't tell me nothing. So this is the look that I came up with for today. Felt like I'm peacocking just a little bit, but just because I love purple and I love teal, turquoise, kind of in between both. And I wanted to do something that really spoke to my spirit and really brought out the color that I literally feel like my soul is a blend of like purple and teal all wrapped up together. Like, those colors embody who I am as a person. I don't know. I know some people actually see in color. Like, I know some people, that's their gifts. Like, when they think about a person, they actually see a color come to mind. So I'd be curious for any folks who are like that, or anybody that feels like they have a particular color. Comment below, what is the color of your soul? I'm actually really curious to see what people say. So this is a look right here. Let me know any other looks you want to see or any other topics you want to talk about. And I hope that you liked getting ready with me. Peace. Stay beautiful.